The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, good Tuesday evening, everybody. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the PRO Sidewinder Dirt Racing Series Pro Late Models. Only 2 races remaining in the late models, 1 race remaining in the 360s. These guys winding it down by the 1st of next month. They will have all the championships decided. Got the points set up, ready to go here. And I say that like I really mean it. I do. The overall points right now back atop after the last couple of weeks. He's had a lot of success. He drives the 20 car. Joe Reuter has a 3-point advantage over Josh Gerlach. And it is 45 markers back to Casey Miller, and then Nick Cohan in 4th, 47 back. Garrett Boyd, a distant 80 points, the top 5 in the overall. We'll look at tonight's discipline, the late models. It sees that very same 20 machine of Joe Reuter sitting atop the points. He's 22 markers ahead of Robert Lynn, and 23 points ahead of Nick Cohan. Josh Gerlach, 33 points, and Garrett Boyd, 54 points back. And then the sprint cars. And only 1 race remains in those sprint cars. So next week, we will crown the 360 sprint car champion. It is Josh Gerlach, 2 points ahead of the defending series champion, Casey Miller. 16 back to Joe Reuter. Nick Cohan in 4th, 46 points back, and 64 to John Boyers. So you can see why Reuter is the points leader. Top 3 leading the overall, leading in the modifieds or in the late models, and they're right up there in the 360s. So, and that's why Smokin' Joe is atop everything right now. 17 drivers have checked in. Ryan Williams is in the pits, just has not gotten the car on track for any kind of hot laps yet. Couple of minutes, we'll be going trackside for our opening ceremonies. See plenty of viewers all over. If you're on YouTube, Trovo, or Twitch, make sure you hit the subscribe button. You know, every time we go live. If you're on Facebook, doesn't matter what channel you're on, come by the Dirt Racing Network's page, like, share, and follow. Say hi in the chat. Let us know you're watching. Let us know where you're watching from. If you got a favorite driver, make sure you give them a shout out. Tomorrow night, 9:30 Eastern, Dirt Slingers, Lucas Smith Chrysler Centers, I-55 Weekly Series Pro Late Models. They'll be in round number 6, starting the second half of that season. Dominic Santina and Zach Krieger will be in the house for you with that. Little light right now as everything is kicking off racing-wise. There's a lot of series that have taken breaks. There's in between series, a lot of different things, and not a lot of coverage going on. We're covering what we can. Tried to have been going to the races and get some live stuff going, but seems like every one of these tracks now is starting to put some kind of device in to block your cell signals, I guess, to a point. They'll let you do a few things, but I cannot go live anymore for whatever reason, so haven't been able to do that, but we hope to at some point this season. 18 drivers now, as Ryan Bueller has made it in to the server. So a good field. We'll have a 50-lap feature for you tonight. And we're going to get things kicked off as the drivers head for their drivers meeting. It means it is time for public address to take over and get us started with tonight's opening ceremonies.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we
at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right. Big thank you to Sam and Johnny Foley. Got to talk to my man Foley yesterday for a little while. Hopefully some new music coming out from Mr. Foley. Pretty soon maybe we'll get a chance to play it here on the network. Drivers getting bunched out in their qualifying orders. Going to have Nick Cohan already headed to the racing surface. So we'll watch the 21 machine, a Dizzy Motorsports entry for the evening, and see what Nick can do with effort number one. We'll bounce around and try to watch a couple of other drivers. Anthony Woodhull in here as well tonight, so we may jump over and watch Anthony's lap. First lap for Karen Cohan, 12:42, and he immediately starts dropping as Casey Miller goes 12:18. Joe Reuter up on the back stretch. I see Jason Haynes jumps up there, 12:23. There's Watkins. Joe Reuter. Not a great qualifying effort. He will stay ninth quickest. Where is Josh Gerlach? Gerlach on the track. Going to roll by, get on the clock. We'll see where he times in. He was quickest in the practice session. I don't think that's going to be a good enough lap to bring him up there. Going to be third quick, 12:19. Woodhull, Anthony Woodhull tied for the top spot, and that time Gerlach moves it up, and he picks up 1/100, so a three-way tie at the top. Garrett Boyd bests them all, 12.17 seconds. So 1/100. Chase Austin not on track, but Bill Coy is out on the racing surface. And looking like the one car not handling very well. Very tight getting into turn 3, especially. There's a big hole right there on the entrance to turn 3. See that car bounce through it, and a lot of times it'll make you super loose or super tight, and it appears to be making that one car very, very tight. As Coy, about 13:21 for that lap, so needs to pick it up quite a bit here. But right now, guy that has been complaining he cannot qualify may be sitting on the pole tonight. And so with only one driver left, and I don't think Chase Austin's going to get any time on the track, so he rolls out. We'll see. We'll see if the 111 can do anything here. I don't know how much time is left in the session, but we'll see what Chase can do. He's going to have to go 12:06 to knock Boyd off the provisional pole, and he's not going to get the opportunity as the time did expire. So we will get ready to go trackside and look at our starting lineup as soon as cars start to grid out. It's going to be the 003 of Robert Mueller on the pole. And on his outside in the 01, the Jabroni. The Dizzy Motorsports 01, that's Nick Chambrone. Row 2 on the inside, Going to be Anthony Woodhull, the 09 car, and on his outside, 1.8 Electric Parkinson's Foundation, a number 21 of Garrett Boyd. Third row, on the inside, Ryan Williams, the 063, and on the outside of him, the Central Services, number 43 of Reed Rundle. Good luck at him sitting on the straightaway on the front stretch here, getting ready to roll off. Robert Mueller on pole. There's the 9W of Anthony Woodhull. The Costas Gyros machine. So, pace truck should duck off right here. We're going to get a green flag down. Coming out of turn 4. 8 laps each heat. Everybody's going to the feature. A couple of cars are going to the redraw from here, and the green flag is out. And we are underway. PRO Sidewinder Endurance Series Pro Late Models. And you saw Rundle sketchy through 1 and 2. Now gets the door slammed. He's back on the throttle again. Mueller has the lead. Chambrone tucked in behind that. Boyd tight on Chambrone, waiting for the mistake. He's going to go to the middle of the track, see if he can do anything down here. Lost ground to Chambrone down in 3 and 4. Probably going to give a little bit of space to these guys up front and see if Nick goes after Mueller right here. Put the nose down the inside. He's going to do it here. Slider across. Didn't even get close to clearing him, and Chambrone pays. And he takes Boyd with him. No cautions in the heats. Boyd rolling again. Chambrone rolling again. Williams rolling again. Those 3 were in it. Mueller now with a big lead as Woodhull slowed for the incident. Rundle dove to the bottom, and he picked up a spot. So 5 laps to go. Mueller out in front, 1.6 seconds. Then it's Rundle, Woodhull. Boyd is 4th. Chambrone is 5th. And Williams is 6th. All right, now it is all cat machine. The slider didn't clear him, and somehow he was able to right that thing and get it away without a whole lot of damage. Looks like the right rear's caved in just a bit, and that's probably from a slap into the fence after he came free from the nose of the 01. But the white flag is going to come out. This time out of turn number 4. And Mueller losing ground down to under a second and a half. Rundle was reeling him in. Rundle's got some breathing room over Woodhull. But Robert Mueller will get the heat race win in heat number 1 this evening. Reed Rundle 2nd, Anthony Woodhull in 3rd, Garrett Boyd 4th, Nick Chambrone 5th, and Ryan Williams, the 63 machine, in the 6th and final spot. So, heat 2 starting to take shape on the front stretch. On the pole, the 21 machine. That's another Dizzy Motorsports entry. Nick Cohan, the pilot. On his outside, the Netcode Esports number 2 of Robert Lynn. We'll move to row number 2 on the inside. Another Netcode Esports entry. It's the 011 of Jerry Watkins. And on his outside, Casey Miller in the 05. Your third and final row on the inside, the 07 of Orion Bueller. And sitting to the outside of him, it'll be the 1 machine of Bill Coy. So 8 more laps. Heat number 2. We'll see who can pick up the win here. Pace truck is going to make that hard left turn right there in the middle of the backstretch. Nick Cohan and Robert Lynn are going to get us started down here in turn number 4. for heat number 2, and Cohan's on the throttle.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag in the air. Lynn settled into second. Miller was going to take a peek to go 3 wide right there out of 2. Thought better of it. Now they're 3 wide behind him as Bueller goes around the top of Watkins and almost got to the inside of Miller. He's going to slide into the 4th position. Then it's Watkins and Coy, 5 and 6. Cohan out in front. He's keeping that car safely away from the outside fence in the middle of the corner. Got it in, got it turned, and gets it to accelerate out. And it looks like Lynn is having a little better luck. Robert Lynn, smiley face in the front of the car. He's got the clown emoji on there. Pretty good story behind that. I got to hear it a couple of weeks ago. I cannot share it on the air, but pretty funny story about that one. All right, now, old Clowney is under pressure. Miller went after him. They get him all parked up. Bueller did not slow down. And Robert Lynn is going to be backwards in the infield down here. No cautions in the heat races. Casey Miller threw the slider. And Ryan Bueller, when Lynn checked up, he did not. Nosed him out of the way. He takes over the 3rd spot. Watkins is 4th. Coy and Lynn. And that Orin Lynn decided to keep the 0-2 car in the pits. Cohan went to the bottom in 3 and 4. First time I've seen that out of him. But he is a 1 3/4 seconds ahead of the field. And losing some ground here. Now Bueller looked like he was going for the slider on Miller as they were coming to the white flag, and he couldn't get it there. Really had to check the car down. That's going to open things up big and wide between 2nd and 3rd. Cohan will win heat number 2. Casey Miller will run 2nd. Then Ryan Bueller, Jerry Watkins, and Bill Coy is going to bring the 1 machine around in 5th. Get ready for our 3rd and final heat race. It's going to be the 20 car of Joe Reuter. On pole, next to him, the 86 of John Borst. Row 2 on the inside, the NOS Energy Drink Machine. That's the 26 of Jason Haynes. And on his outside, the AlwaysRaceDay.com, number 71 of Josh Gerlach. Jason, he'll get me for that, I'm sure. Trevor Hinker starts the 24 car on the inside of row number 3 next to the 111 of Chase Austin. And that is going to round out all of the field for this evening. So 6 more cars, 8 more laps. Everybody's going to the feature. Top couple will be in a redraw this evening, I believe. All right, pace truck is in. It'll be Reuter and Borst. Reuter on the throttle, and Haynes wasted no time getting around Borst. He saw Reuter flinch, and he went at it. And wow, Borst got a launch. I don't know if he got a shove launch or if he just launched right there. That 86 car out of shape, and Gerlach having trouble getting out of turn number 4. He'll get into 4th place. He'll be behind Joe Reuter, Trevor Hinker, and Jason Haynes. And now Chase Austin up the inside, slider up the hill, almost parked the car to get it to turn. That is going to let Gerlach go back around. These two are going to get into a slider battle here. Well, now they're going to be parked, and Borst is going to have to spin it out to try to miss them. That is going to put him in jeopardy of going a lap down. Chase Austin, that is, as Reuter comes by. 5 to go signal for him. Hinker, a full 1.2 seconds behind, runs in 2nd. And then Jason Haynes. Gerlach got away in 4th after the incident back there with Austin. Borst is 5th, and Chase Austin running in the 6th spot. Reuter now closing in on that 111. lap traffic in a heat race, something we have not seen here in a while in this series, and we might see it this evening with 3 laps to go. It's not very far, about 8 car lengths. And Reuter says he just works on keeping the car clean throughout the night. Doesn't take risks. Just wants to bring it home, and it's paying off. He's the overall points leader, and he leads in this series by about 22 points. So white flag in the air for the 20 machine of Joe Reuter. I don't think he's going to lap Chase Austin, but he is going to pick up the heat race win. He'll take Trevor Hinker in second. Jason Haynes under fire from Gerlach, and Gerlach gets him right out of 4, and Gerlach comes home third. Haynes in fourth, then John Borst and Chase Austin rounded out. So heat racing action over with, and we may have a B main just for starting positions here. It's going to be 9 cars. We'll look at the lineup. It'll be Boyd on the pole with Watkins to his outside. Then Haynes out of the last heat. We'll start inside row 2 next to Nick Chambrone. Coy will start on the inside of row number 3 next to John Borst. And then Ryan Williams inside the 4th row with Robert Lynn on the outside. And Chase Austin will be the shotgun starter. It looks like Garrett Boyd wants to have the outside for the start here. So he'll put the 21 up on the top. Ten laps. Everybody's still transferring into the A main. This is just for the final starting spot in that feature. And 50 laps. Not a long time as far as ticks of the clock, but a long ways on this tiny little bull ring. There's a green flag in the air. Watkins tried to get to the top side as well. Chambrone was there, and Chambrone gives away space. So Boyd, Watkins, Haynes goes into third. Chambrone and Borst arguing over fourth, and Borst has it at the end of lap number 1. Now Chambrone settling in on the top. He's got the momentum line. He's going to start to work around. He's going to catch Haynes. He's going around him on the top side. Can he pick up 2 in a single lap? It looks like he will, and he's going to go after a third, it looks like, here pretty quick, as he is right on Watkins. Whoa, big blink. Don't know what that was from. I saw cars backwards. Looks like Robert Lynn, and Robert Lynn cannot catch a break tonight. All right, now, out of 4, Chambrone jumps to second. Watkins to third. Watkins is under fire from Borst. A side-by-side battle out of 2. Almost contact. Borst really working the bottom and to no avail. Now we'll go up here. We will watch and see if 1.6 seconds can be erased by the 0-1 machine. Boyd through the middle, and he is holding serve. It's a little here, a little there, 1/10 of a second. I don't think that's enough to catch. And he picks up 1/10 on each end. It's definitely going to be enough time. That time Boyd went to the high side. Chambrone's got it down to 1.2 seconds with 5 to go. See where we're at here when we get to the 4 to go signal. Still right at 1.2 as Boyd now has gone top shelf, got away from the middle. Stretched it out there to 1.3. Watkins is still third. Borst is fourth, but Borst has company. That time Watkins loses the car out of 4. He's going to hit a bunch of cars right here. Borst trying to get through on the bottom. He's hanging on right now. Williams is going to go by on the top. We're 2 to go. We're watching a battle for third right here. Williams has got it now. Borst is back and forth. And I think Borst has damage to the suspension. But we're going to the front. Lap cars in play. There's Bill Coy getting lapped by your leader as he comes to the white flag. And Garrett Boyd 2.4 seconds ahead of Chambrone. He's going to win the B main tonight. Chambrone will come home second. Williams looks like he is going to hang on for third. And can Borst hang on for fourth? Yes, he can with a broken machine. Chase Austin fifth. Jason Haynes, Robert Lynn, Bill Coy. And Watkins, the only retiree. And when he lost that car out of 4, it really hit the wall hard, and a bunch of guys paid for that. So guys are going to get a couple of minutes to work in the track. And that is going to give us the time to go and pay a couple bills. So we'll be right back. All right, big thank you to all the supporters of the Dirt Racing Network. Couldn't keep these things going if it wasn't for all of you guys. Taking a look at the 43 of Reed Rundle in practice. Haynes right there. These two having a little fun in the warm-up. Probably going to give these guys a couple of minutes here. So we'll see what the current points leader does, where he is going to officially start in tonight's feature race. Closest competition to him right now, I believe, is Gerlach. It's actually Robert Lynn, and then Nick Cohan are the two closest in this particular series. So we'll see how those guys do. Everybody wants to win the overall, but to win one of the individual championships is still a very big deal for these guys. Reuter trying to work on Williams right there. Look like the 0-1 of Chambrone really is struggling here with this setup on this track and this car this evening. And I don't think Reuter's having any problems at all. He is very smooth in all the lines that he has been choosing during the warm-up. He takes the 20 car to the infield. Time is about to expire on the session. They're going to put him out here for 50 green flag laps. Josh Gerlach making some laps and going quick time in both the pre-race practice and in the pre-feature practice session. All right, so the practice session over. We are ready for 50 laps. As we look at tonight's starting lineup, it is going to be a Robert Mueller and Nick Cohan in the front row, Joe Reuter and Reed Rundle in row 2, Casey Miller, Trevor Hinker, row 3, Anthony Woodhull and Ryan Bueller in row 4. Josh Gerlach and Garrett Boyd in row number 5. Nick Chambrone and Orion Williams in the 6th row. John Borst and Chase Austin, row number 7. Jason Haynes and Robert Lynn, the 8th row. And the 9th and final row, Bill Coy and Jerry Watkins. So, 18 drivers. $50 green flag laps. Pretty good look at how the track surface looks. Right now, that slick area is going to get wider and wider. It's going to happen pretty fast here. You're going to see a little bitty groove at the bottom and a tiny little groove at the top. And these guys are going to have to negotiate in between those and figure out how to get the car to launch and come forward. But Cohan and Mueller are going to get us started off the front row. So Reuter outside of row number 3. Green flag in the air, 50 laps on the PRO Sidewinder Dirt Racing Series Pro Late Models from Fairbury this evening. And Cohan won his heat race, grabs the lead early. A lot of action back behind there. Rundle's 3 wide. He was sideways getting into 3 and 4 with a tiny bit of contact. He was almost 4 wide. Him on the bottom. Miller was on the top. Hinker is stuck in the middle. That's Bueller. Bueller trying to push around. There goes Hinker.
Right,
Caution. Trevor Hinker. We're going to watch. He's the meat and the sandwich down the backstretch right here. Gets a little door from Rundle, gets a little push from Bueller, and then gets a big push from Woodhull. Got turned around. And they will work to get these guys brought back to the front. But after 3 laps, Cohan, Mueller, Reuter, and Bueller are the top 5. Then Rundle, Boyd, Gerlach, Woodhull, and Chambrone behind that. All right, doubled back up, ready for the green flag, and it is in the air. We're racing once again. Cohan got a good start. We're going to watch that 2nd and 3rd row right there. Mueller and Miller. Miller on the inside, Mueller on the high side. Reuter goes all the way to the penthouse. Joe Reuter trying to get to the front quickly here. Middler's going to settle in right there in 2nd. Reuter trying to get around into that 3rd spot. He clears everybody now. Now going to go after Miller. It is a mad dash behind. Bueller is gone all over the place. There goes Robert Mueller's car. And Robert Mueller had a big problem. The cat machine right there Middle of the screen, goes into the corner. He gets some help. Woodhull wedged up underneath him. Gets him flopped around. So once again, a cloud of dust and a quick caution. Get everybody lined up here. Double file, ready to go back green. Cohan and Miller. Cohan on the throttle. Miller, pretty decent start. Reuter, look to the inside. I don't think he's going to be able to do much with it. Maybe he will out of two. No, just too much momentum. And if he can't get off the bottom, he's going to lose a couple of spots because right behind him, here comes Reed Arundel. Garrett Boyd right in behind Arundel. There's Bueller again. Oh, Reuter got a tap, then Arundel got a tap. Bueller's going to be the one that benefits from all of that contact. Boyd now goes to the very bottom. He went all the way to the basement, picked up a couple of spots. Might do it again down here in 3 and 4. Just not enough launch off the corner, so he sits fifth right now. Cohan, Miller 1-2. Reuter is third. Bueller in fourth. Boyd is fifth. Rundle working the top side from 6, trying to take fifth away. Couldn't do it that time. Chambrone in tow behind Rundle. Then there's Gerlach and Williams. John Borse, the 86 car, making up the last car in the top 10 currently. Robert Lynn behind that, and then Jason Haynes. But let's get up here to about 4th place. Ryan Bueller has gone to the top. Garrett Boyd is staying married to the bottom right now. Talked to him earlier today, asked him, are you going to try to go to the top here? Are you going to stay married to the bottom? He said, the ring is in the mail. And that was it. I don't know what that means. That's all he would say. The ring's in the mail. I think that's not a yes, not a no, an absolute non-denial, but a non-confirmation. Rundle still in 6 now, has cleared everybody, but Chambrone is working the top side. Gerlach's working the bottom. And they are closing in on the 43 car from all angles. Try to get 6th. Already working lap number 16. A couple of quick cautions, and now we've settled into a bit of a groove. Let's go to our leader. He's going to be a lap traffic pretty quickly as Bill Coy will be the first victim. Coy in 16th. Coy almost out of shape, but it looks like Miller and Reuter now closing in on Cohan. Cohan's having to figure out which line the one car is going to be in. Got it checked up, picked the right one. Miller followed him through. And now Reuter trying to clear. Here's a battle. Bueller and Boyd going at it as Bueller goes in the middle and then hits the fence. Boyd's going to squeak by on the bottom. Almost got it from Coy, but he takes both spots. Move Boyd up to 4th. Bueller is back to 5th. Casey Miller trying to close in on Nick Cohan. Half a second currently. Reuter down on the bottom. Boyd is down on the bottom. That's 3rd and 4th. Bueller staying up on the top. Now he's going to go through the middle. A little bit of grip right there on the exit through the middle. Very good down on the bottom right here. Chambrone got around Rundle. Now he's going to try to race away from them and close in on 5th place Bueller. As Rundle and Gerlach battle. Contact behind. Going to go with that was Bill Coy, and it is Bill Coy. Just trying to get the one car in a position where guys can get around him. Halfway home the next time around. Not this time out of 4, but the next time. Cohan has led all 24 of the 24 completed. He'll be shown the halfway signal this time out of turn number 4. Casey Miller still running the same line. The gap's starting to open up. Reuter still third, but he's got company. Here comes Garrett Boyd. The 21 car has reeled in the 20. Running a slightly lower line down here in 1 and 2. Pulls alongside. Now down in 3 and 4. Can he stay in the sticky stuff? Slides the rear end across the nose. He'll take third away from Reuter. Now has to negotiate Bill Coy once again. He does so and hangs on. Miller right in front of that. Cohen down to 22 to go. He is caught up to Trevor Hinker. Hinker in 15th. Next car is Chase Austin, and Austin is already up onto the front stretches. Side by side, your leader with a 15th place car. Put 14 cars on the lead lap. As Cohen will clear him in 3 and 4. 20 laps remaining. 1.3 seconds back to that car right there. That is Casey Miller in second. You can see the 21 of Boyd. Boyd sits third. Just a few car lengths between those two. Reuter still hanging on in fourth. Battle starting to heat up for second as Boyd has pulled alongside down the backstretch. He made it look easy the last time when he got to Reuter. Not able to get completely up the hill. This is going to be a side-by-side battle for a moment here as they go around Hinker. Hinker right in the middle of the track. Now goes to the top side, locks in Miller. Miller's going to make a forced move into the center. That's going to close the door on Boyd, and Miller uses that to his advantage. Boyd not able to get out in the middle in 3 and 4 like he wants to. Now he'll have the opportunity. Miller still with a head of steam off the top side. Great battle for second right here. 1.5 seconds behind the leader. Going to be 15 to go this time. There goes your leader. Best battle on the track currently. Bueller is catching Reuter, but he's not there yet. Now Boyd had a little bit of an advantage getting into turn 3. He's got the spot at the line that time by 3/4 of a car. Miller really hanging tough, staying right there on the corner, and caution as Bill Coy. The one machine had a problem down here in turns 3 and 4. Into the corner car. Pretty much, yep, going to come to a stop. That's what's going to trigger that right there. That's going to give everybody a chance to get a breather. We'll line them up. Cohen, Boyd, Miller, Reuter, and Bueller, the top 5. Chambrone, Runder, Gerlach, Lynn, and Williams were the top 10. There are still 15 cars. Make it 14 because Hinker is a lap down. Robert Mueller, the 003 machine, the last car on the lead lap. So we'll have a green with 12 to go. Great run right there in the middle. And now Cohen will have to contend with the 21 machine of Garrett Boyd. Miller right behind Reuter. In behind Boyd, then Bueller. Row 3 with Chambrone, Rundle, and Gerlach in row number 4. So the heavy hitters at the front of this one on the throttle.
Green, green, green.
Boyd didn't get a very good restart right there. He's going to go to the top side. Can he get anything out of 2? Looks like Miller's going to have the spot going into turn 3. Boyd trying to work off the bottom. Cohen still out in front. Miller with the advantage out of turn 2. We'll see if that's still there when we get out of turn number 4. Boyd comes and races right back by. So the bottom of 1 and 2, very good. The top of 3 and 4 seems to be pretty good. But this time Miller gets bite through the middle. He takes second away for the time being. Going to keep our eyes on these two cars as Cohan already out to a 1 second lead. Boyd and Miller 2 and 3. Reuter is 4th and Bueller in the 5th spot. Gerlach around Chambrone. He has 6th. Now Boyd able to clear. He goes right to the bottom in 1 and 2. Now he'll start to get away from Miller as Reuter is going to close in on Miller. We'll keep our eyes on the 05 car as the 20 is going to start the challenge. That time Chambrone with the long low slider wasn't able to pick up any spots. So it's Cohan 1 second ahead of Boyd. The best battle on the track for third right here. Final podium. And Chambrone with them long low sliders, and he's really getting in there and able to lock the car down in 1 and 2. Miller, wow, that is so weird. Miller right up against the very bottom. He's lost a spot. Reuter got around the top. I think Bueller's going to go around. Coy back on the bottom. He's in the way of your second place car. Cost him about 3/10 of a second. Now Coy goes over. Caution. And we're going to get to watch this one as Coy was really bad out of 4 right there. And he goes down here in 1 and 2. And the tractor tire is going to flip that car completely over right there, right into traffic. And I think he's lucky nobody hit him. He was laying there on his lid. So a 3-lap shootout. And it'll be a single file start this time with Cohan, Boyd, Reuter, Bueller, and Miller, 1 through 5. Track has really changed quite a bit since we dropped the green flag on this 50-lap feature. And now drivers really having to fight for grip. So we'll see if Cohan gets a great start here. Boyd tried to time it up, missed it just a tick.
Green, green, green.
With just the 3 laps, Boyd in on the bottom, pulled up close, but I think Cohan's just got too much momentum off the top side. And there's nothing on the exit right there. Boyd is going to stay locked in on the bottom and keep that 21 car trying to bite. And you've got 21 on 21 action right here. So we come to the white flag. Cohan, Boyd, and Reuter, 1, 2, 3. Last time out of turn number 2 and a good run down the backstretch. I think this is Cohan's race to lose. He gets the launch out of 4. Boyd comes across. Nick Cohan wins tonight's 50-lap A main. Garrett Boyd second, and Joe Reuter will come home in third. So good run for those guys. Great run for Nick Cohan. He's going to get another win. He closed out last season with a win, and he'll get one a couple of weeks before we end it this season. We will get in here, get him parked. We'll get down here, get ready to talk to our drivers as Joe Reuter already ready in the booth. Joe Reuter, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, Roger.
Well, another podium run, man. You're leading the points in this series, and staying on the podium can't hurt you at all. How was your feature this evening?
The feature was fine. One of these times I'm going to get the redraw down and figure out how to start up front. But no, I wasn't much better than Garrett there. I was just trying to run right around the wall and try to get something going the last 2 laps there and screwed up really bad. So I guess it was a pretty good race, though.
Yeah, it looked like the track drastically changed from the beginning of the feature until we got that last restart. And all the grip all around the track, it looked like a thin slice at the bottom and a very, very thin slice at the top. How hard was it to keep that thing out of the fence around the top? We know you like to keep the car clean and bring it home in one piece.
Yeah, I was planning on running the bottom throughout this race. That's what I was doing during practice, and it felt all right. And then there, when Garrett got by me, I was like, okay, I guess I can't run the bottom. So I went back up top and just kind of slowed my entry down just a little bit and tried to keep the right rear in the cushion and just ride.
Well, an awesome run nonetheless. I'm sure you got some shout-outs before we let you get out of here tonight.
Yes, sir. Just like to thank Team GSR, like always. Appreciate all their help. Shout out to my mom and dad and grandma watching back home, and my wife and the kids. And thanks to you again, Roger, for taking time out of your Tuesday nights to put the show on for us.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and we'll look forward to seeing you close the season out in the sprint cars next week.
All right. Thanks, Roger.
Joe Reuter, your third place driver. All right, now we're going to move on. We're going to talk to a guy who had a pretty good run tonight. He definitely still has a face for radio, but he brings the 21 machine home in second tonight, and he had a shot late, and I want to ask him about that. Did Cohan snooker you on that restart a little bit there?
I think I was sleeping a little bit.
Well, great. Go ahead.
Restarts definitely could have been a lot better. It looks like we practiced a little too much on qualifying time and not restarts.
Yeah, well, still a great run. It doesn't matter. I mean, a second place, and you didn't have a whole lot of luck in your heat race for sure. And then you went out there and did a great job in the B main, and to bring this thing home in second after starting, I believe it was 13th. Definitely hard charger for the evening. How was the track, and where did you find your way to make forward progress?
Really, the bottom. The top can always be kind of a 50-50 if you're going to fence it or you're going to go around there like a rocket ship. So I kind of wanted to stay to the bottom. I felt more comfortable down there, and I felt like I could make more time with everybody making mistakes up top.
Well, an awesome run. A little late in the season, 50-some points behind, but at least you're going to have a shot to make a good showing when we get down to the end of this thing, man. Where do you think you'll be when we wrap this thing up?
Hope I'm holding the trophy at the end of it, but Joe's really good, so he's really consistent, and that's something we just haven't had this season. Just stupid little mistakes or, on somebody else's behalf. So it is what it is, and hopefully we can kind of reel him back in a little bit at a time.
All right, man. Well, some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you celebrate a great run here at Fairbury this evening.
I got to thank 1-8 Electric, Parkinson Foundation of Oklahoma, Grand Garage, and Field Point Energy Services.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. We'll see you tomorrow night over at Dirt Slingers.
Yep, thank you.
Garrett Boyd, your second-place finisher. And now we're going to go over here. This guy's going to be fun to talk to. He always is a great interview. We call him Karen a lot, and I picked that up from some of his teammates. But Nick Cohan, fist in the air in the photo. Fist in the air. Fist in the air tonight as he's standing around waiting to get his interview. Man, you got the win. You led this thing wire to wire. Tell us about the feature, brother.
Oh, man. Yeah, you can't call me that anymore. I won, so now you have to stop calling me that. Yeah, it was... I got lucky with the redraw, I'm not going to lie. That was the first time I've ever got the redraw and started first. This whole time we've been doing it for a couple years now. That's the first time I got that, and it was a perfect track to get it because it was really hard to pass. The car was dominant on the top, which is... normally better for me. But I actually felt pretty good on the bottom in practice too. So I was looking forward to it. I'm normally not good here, and I'm normally not good in the late models. So I don't know what the hell happened tonight. But I just, I wanted to try the bottom because I saw Garrett coming, and I just couldn't do it because it was so slick. And I was like, I just got to stick with what's working. And even on that last restart, we were going single file, and I was like, man, maybe I should really try the bottom here and try and stop his line, but I decided to just stick with my gut and stay with what I was running, and it paid off. Just tried to minimize damage trying to hit the wall. I didn't want to hit the wall, and I barely touched it, maybe twice that whole feature. So getting through lap traffic was awesome. That was wild. We had that long green flag around there. That was really cool. Great race for everybody, really. It was a lot of fun, and I hope we put on a good show for you.
Was a lot of fun to watch, and I was going to allude to the long green run, and you're getting into lap traffic, and you're out, 1.8 seconds. All that evaporates, and now you got to know, Boyd and Miller, Reuter, all right behind you.
Yep.
A little nervous on a restart there with about 12 to go.
It was it was weird because like that green flag run, you just get so much in the zone there, and I was like seriously in the zone. It's just a video game, but man, I don't think I've ever had that much focus. And the reason I say that is because when the caution came out, I was like, oh crap, and then now I have to think about lane choice, and then I looked, when I was racing there for a little bit, the whole time I thought Casey was behind me. The caution comes out and I'm like, whoa, where did Garrett come from? And I saw him on the bottom on the next restart, and I was like, that's where he's getting the speed. So it was a little tricky, to go for that long green flag run, and then you do a restart with the track so slicked out like that. It's kind of hard to get back in a rhythm, and luckily I did it pretty quickly, and the guys behind me were battling pretty hard, so it kind of made it a little easier on me. And that last restart there with the single file was going to be even more trickier because me being able to kind of pinch him on the starts and kind of take his bottom lane away and have the other guys battle him was a huge advantage. And having the single file, I knew he was going to be right there. So it was a good, clean battle. It was fun there. Those last couple laps, I was really nervous going down the backstretch, going into turn 3 in the last lap. I was like, man, if I screw this up, Roger's never going to let me live it down. So, but I'm glad we ended up here on top of the podium.
Well, an awesome run, man. Some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate. This is 2 seasons in a row where you've picked up a win. Yeah,
and like the guys were joking with me, it's normally the last race of the year, and it's normally at Eldora in the Big Block Modifieds or something. But no, it's this is, I think, my 3rd Sidewinder Dirt Series feature win, so I'm really pumped up. This is awesome. Thank all my teammates at Disney Motorsports. Special shout out to everybody in the field tonight. I thought it was pretty good racing. Even with the lap traffic, I said in drivers meeting, lap cars just hold your lane. The faster guys will get around, and they did. It was hard for me to get around them, but it made it a lot of fun. So shout out to everybody in this league for putting on a good race for you in the broadcast. CJ Automotive, Perk Coffee, Beer Hill Gang, all the guys at Circle Jerk Podcast, Always Race Day, and of course the Dirt Racing Network for putting on this broadcast. And that should do it.
All right, man. Congratulations again. Thanks for chatting with us, and I'll look forward to seeing you round out the season in the sprint cars next week.
Sounds good, Roger. Thanks.
Nick Cohan picking up the win tonight. Let's look at our feature results. Cohan wins. Boyd was 2nd, Reuter in 3rd. Then Bueller hangs on and comes home in 4th. Miller was 5th. Gerlach up to 6th this evening. Reed Rundle 7th. Nick Chambrone 8th. Robert Lynn was 9th. Ryan Williams 10th. 11th went to John Borst. Robert Mueller in 12th. Jason Haynes 13th. Chase Austin 14th. Bill Coy 15th. Trevor Hinker 16th. 17th was Jerry Watkins. And Anthony Woodhull, the early exiter this evening after only 5 laps. He'll come home 18th tonight. Well, 2 races to go, both championship nights. 360 sprint cars will get a champion next Tuesday night. And then the following Tuesday, right after the Memorial Day holiday, we will crown a overall series champion and a late model champion. So be sure you mark your calendars for the last 2 races of the season on Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock Eastern. And join us right here on the Dirt Racing Network. You will see who gets crowned all 3 championships. Could be 3 different people. I have not seen that as of yet, but I'm not saying it can't happen. So a great run tonight for these guys. This is a tricky little track, and they put on one hell of a show for us. So kudos to them. I would like to thank everybody for taking the time to tune in on a Tuesday night. Don't forget about tomorrow night's 9:30 Eastern. Lucas Smith, Chrysler Centers, I-55 Weekly Series of Dirt Slingers putting that on. Dominic Santina and Zach Krieger should be in the booth for you on that. So be sure you check that out to wrap up the week. And then we'll be back next Sunday night. Going to have KR Stolfus covering the Midwest Dirt Series. Well, I will be in Texas at the NASCAR All-Star Race, so I'm going to have somebody sit in for me on that one. Those guys have a couple of races left, so a new voice with 2 weeks to go. What could possibly go wrong? But once again, thanks for tuning in, guys. We appreciate each and every time you do. For Zach, Dominic, and myself here at the Dirt Racing Network. Until we see you the next time, everybody